Hey guys, what's going on? Third Shirt Reactions here. I got my glasses and I'm Shane.
I'm Zakk.
We're back here with the Clone Wars. If you're catching us for the first time, I've seen it. Take Zakk through it. Zakk got me into Star Wars, so I'm taking him through what most people consider some of the best Star Wars we have. So we are on, I believe, chronologically, episode 53. But the last one was Hunt for Zero. Size Noodles and the Hutts and Hunt Council and Cad Bane and Quinlan Voss. So, what'd you think of that?
I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah.
I prefer my experience of Jango Fett taking on the Jedi, being it hard enough as it was for him, to Cad Bane taking on two of them. Kind of not just holding his own, but actually posing a pretty substantial threat.
Were you satisfied with that fight, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it. I think Cad Bane's really cool.
Yeah. I know a lot about Cad Bane's arc, and I still objectively think Boba Fett's cooler.
Jango Fett.
I guess Jango and Boba.
I was talking about Jango earlier.
Well, yeah, Jango earlier, yeah. I think Jango's cooler. I do.
I like Jango.
I think it's close.
I like Cad Bane, don't get me wrong.
But Boba,
I'm just saying that
Boba and him are intertwined. It's hard for me to pick. I think Boba's cooler because
they're definitely not the same person.
The show itself
it was too slow of a burn. That's what I will say. It was too slow of a burn.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
I think it overall...
I rewatched with Malachi. Like, I put it in the fun category now. But that storyline was very good. Like, I'm not saying like the whole show's better than like Kenobi.
It's great. The greatest part of that show was Tamara Morrison. He's my New Zealand version of Daniel Day-Lewis. Who is my British version of Jack Nicholson. So,
well, with that, we should just jump in. Before we do, guys, just remember you can go to our Patreon and see 2 weeks early access for these shows. You can also see full length for everything that we do. We appreciate it. And if you are opposed to Patreon, click that thanks button on the bottom. All right, Zakk's drinking his coffee. Because he's drinking his coffee, you should like and you should subscribe right now.
Fear is a great...
I agree.
Shame.
Shame is the greatest. The fear of shame.
The quagmire of war continues.
Quagmire.
Members of the Senate, do you hear yourselves? More money, more clones, more war. Say nothing of fiscal responsibility. What about moral responsibility? Hasn't this war gone on long enough?
Jesus.
He cannot talk like that because of his beak.
Yeah. I've never seen that species.
Negotiate with those animals. Keep the war going. Vote now.
Vote now.
That's from episode 1.
Yep.
Vote of no confidence.
That's a hell of a vote.
Yes, it is.
Like a bill called the vote of no confidence.
He sits down.
Yeah.
There are some powerful clients on the other side who could help us, shall we say, make the point.
I like this plan.
No one cares what you think.
Just kind of funny.
You must ask the Jedi Council.
No one cares what you think.
Yeah.
She looks older.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, a lot older.
They aged her up a little bit.
I don't understand any of it. I know the Separatists are evil, but all anyone argued about was banking deregulation, interest rates, and, well, almost nothing about why we're fighting in the first place.
War's complicated, Ahsoka, but let me simplify it. The Separatists believe the Republic is corrupt, but they're wrong, and we have to restore order.
Maybe talking to the Jedi Council isn't the role for you after all. Thanks for your help. Come on, Ahsoka.
The Padme's not impressed with Anakin's simple way of looking at war.
Relax. I'll help you. Besides, Master Skywalker said you should teach me about politics. You two have more in common than you think. It's no wonder you get along so well.
Of course.
Some of you may not return. Actually, none of you will return. But don't let that get in your way. Is that clear?
Or like vacuums.
And only have Mo from Wall-E. Wow.
Yeah.
Drives around Sweden.
Excuse me, is this platform B?
Platform B.
This way.
Oh, neckties, huh?
Ahsoka, this is Mina Bonteri. She was my mentor when I was growing up on Naboo.
You're a separatist?
Well, of course, my dear. What were you expecting? Now come, I have a transport waiting. Padme, it's so good to see you.
Yes. How things have changed since the last time we met.
Let's go inside. There's much to discuss.
Please allow me. May I?
I can handle it.
My husband fought bravely in self-defense, but was killed.
Excuse me. I think I'll get some air.
Not showing that conversation.
You're a Jedi, aren't you?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Before the war, I was always told Jedi were good.
And now?
I don't know anymore. There are a lot of terrible things.
That's like very Victorian England
Yeah.
style.
Now my friends are saying the Jedi are to blame.
I'm the first Jedi you've ever met, aren't I?
Well, yes.
Look at me. I'm not so bad, am I?
No, not bad at all.
Ugh. Well, it seems boys are the same whether they're Republic or Separatist.
I am certain if you could convince your representatives to extend an olive branch of peace towards the Republic, there might be enough sympathy in the Senate to finally open negotiations.
I admire your spirit, Padme. I can at least put the motion on the floor.
Thank you, Mina. That's all I ask.
To peace, then.
Can you imagine this shit probably happens in like every major war?
Yeah.
How can we stop this?
This is quite troubling.
God damn it.
I assure you, gentlemen, your worries are gravely exaggerated.
How can you be sure this groundswell of peace won't continue?
Swell of peace.
We need fighting to feed the machine and our profits.
After our attack, the chances of peace will disappear. The banking clan, the Trade Federation, and the Techno Union will all get their fair share. And then some.
You really believe the Republic will vote for peace?
I hope so. I wouldn't want to meet you on the battlefield. For your sake.
Go, you two, quickly.
Get out of here. Get away from my son, bish posh.
You fucking funny ass impressions.
Alright, everybody have your passes out. Generator maintenance, eh? Yeah, well, everything checks out. Good luck down there.
Yep. Gotta get this reverse episode 4.
Yeah.
No.
Power generators are that way. Stupid droids.
If I might speak with you confidentially, I know that this is sincere. I've been in contact with my old friend Mina Bonteri, and the origin of the proposal is with her.
Bonteri? How was the dialogue established?
Does it matter, Chancellor, if the result is an end to the war?
I see your point, my child. Then we shall put the vote.
Bonteri.
Yeah. Well, he knows.
He's fucked.
He knows the family name.
Sweeper droids? We didn't schedule a cleaning.
With these fucking poor workers, you know.
Blue collar guys.
Yeah.
Just shot up. What's going on?
They mowed those fuckers down, didn't they? They're like the Terminators. He tried.
There is no need to deregulate the banks. I say we vote that down now.
What the fuck? Like Destructicons. Constructicons, I guess they're little
Yeah.
bomb bots. Jesus.
Interesting little design, isn't it?
Dooku promised he would stop this vote.
Dooku
You may enter your votes.
Imagine a place like that running out of power.
Yeah.
What's fucking blowing up? What else is blowing up? Why are there fires everywhere?
But it was the Separatist Congress that issued the Bill of Peace.
Obviously a tactic to lower our defenses and launch this attack.
No, that's not true.
I move to immediately deregulate the banks.
We need a bankroll to get more troops, now!
What are we waiting for?
I'm afraid we've been given little choice.
They captured Ian McDermott like that
Deregulate the banks.
perfectly, I think. Like winking at each other, basically.
That was dangerous and careless going to Raxus. Not to mention illegal. You went too far this time.
You would do the
You went too far this time.
You do the same all the time.
It's episode 4, or old trilogy line.
Maybe so. But I did realize something. The politics of this war are not as black and white as I once thought they were.
Man, can't even go get no nookie tonight.
I guess not. He did it all for her, though. Okay, so that was a reaction. What'd you think? What'd you think of that episode?
That was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of... My son did not care for this episode.
There was a jump there, though, because you go from... I know this is all chronologically, laid out for me, but Ahsoka significantly ages between this and the last one.
It's
assuming that there are going to be some episodes after this that... Does she now stay this way?
She's this age. Yeah, she's...
Forever. And on until she gets older.
She gets older again.
Yeah.
Even Anakin, he's a little different now. Yeah, than he was. His hair's a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Star Wars, in Clone Wars especially, there's a lot of episodes for everybody. I think this spoke to me much more than it would have if I was my son's age. Yeah, the Separatist Parliament. It makes sense. Dooku, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, he leaves the Republic, takes a bunch of senators with him, saying that the Republic is corrupt, they're being led by an evil guy. We want it to be better. So they all leave for the right reasons. Dooku initially leaves for the right reasons. And I don't know.
Following.
Yeah, I mean, but he's intertwined with. He starts to become intertwined with Palpatine, I believe. In the opening crawl, Revenge of the Sith, there are heroes on both sides, but evil is everywhere. So that's one thing they were thinking about when they did this episode. The evil is everywhere, but there are heroes on both sides. I think when you see the Bonteris, that you see, oh, these are good people, and her husband died.
Obviously now
fighting off an invasion.
Obviously now her or her son's going to die. I would see it being her dying and her son becomes like a fucking...
Like a radical.
Yeah, radical.
He becomes radicalized, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Zealot. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. What'd you think of the design of the bomb droids, the ones infiltrated?
I mean, I guess the droids aren't always manufactured from the same engineering concepts. Like there might be different species in different places that are influencing their design.
Yeah.
Because they are significantly far removed from like battle droid designs and super battle droids.
You're right.
Even the droidicas have a certain look to them that matches the aesthetic of super battle droids,
yeah,
etc. They do kind of remind you of the big, heavy droids, like those big, funny-looking bug ones that have the cannon sticking out of their nose when they walk around in the battlefield.
Yeah.
They remind you of them a little bit when they're in the ball form, but when they transform, they have a completely different look.
Yeah, they remind me of like that loader droid that we see in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, a little, but even he still has like this kind of humanoid shell over circuitry look.
Yeah.
And these things have this like kind of mass manufactured look. It's reminiscent of the industrial, version, I guess you might say, or like kind of concept that these other droids from the prequel trilogy resemble.
Yeah.
Like they resemble much more plain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Run-of-the-mill droids as opposed to like C-3PO.
When we go to other planets, sometimes we do see droids that they say, okay, I think these type of people would design this type of droid.
That makes sense.
So it goes, I think...
But that is part of a separatist scheme.
Yeah.
Like, did Geonosians produce these things?
Yeah.
Like, who's producing the...
I don't know, but they are, I think, like they are a new design.
But these things just seem like... I know it's just fine because, you know, there are all kinds of technologies that are developed in all kinds of wars that were outlandish for their time.
Yeah.
So... I get it.
Well, like I know George, I think originally he wanted things to be simplistic because he says as we move towards the Empire and things that represent the Empire, it's going to look more black and white. Yeah, what do you think of just seeing Industrial Coruscant again after not having seen
it was great seeing it in episode 2. It's one of the weaker episodes of the series.
Yeah.
But it was still cool to see, even though it's like how the hell does Palpatine like bounce between these places?
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah.
Because he's probably a guy that has that. He's like Fear of Bradley. It's like Fear of Bradley, who's trying to dodge his bodyguard all the time, and he jumps out of the Full Metal Alchemist window, towards window, and they're trying to get away from him.
Yeah, like forgot about that actually. Yeah. So this is one of the episodes where not everything goes 100% according to Palpatine's plan.
Still subverts it.
Like, and we don't always see his hands moving, but we see his puppet Dooku doing it.
Well, he has.
Yeah,
it's why he has agents.
But like you see the fact like why it's so good having a dual identity as he hears directly from Padme. Oh, this is what's going on, and this is who you heard it from. Now we can, now I can create plans, and I mean, I think seeing the different side of the Separatists, but you also see people manipulating the Republic. You see people manipulating the Separatists. They're not all terrible over there. There's people they left for the right reason.
The history really reminds me of the U.S. Civil War.
Yeah.
Just because of the proximity of this republic.
Yeah.
These are people that were all, at one time, one people, so to speak.
I certainly think the Clone Wars shines so much, in some ways more than the movies. Even some of my favorite movies, like I think the Clone Wars has just as good or better moments. I think episodes like this, I don't know if it's my favorite. I think they're needed to tell the story that George wanted to tell. And I liked it. I agree.
Well, one thing I will say about one of my fellow dissenters from the Star Wars franchise, but he did say that Star Wars introduces very cool concepts and ideas and world building. Like it should not be knocked completely. I mean, I think it's fair to point out things that are wrong with it. It has problems, but I mean, not many things, exist without their problems. Like not everything can be a Jack Nicholson or Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen all of his movies, though.
I know.
No, I certainly...
It doesn't look appealing, but I can still respect the man's ability. I watched Lincoln.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Like what you said earlier, I certainly, with old trilogy, new trilogy, and the sequel trilogy, there are things I don't like as much, or some of the creative decisions. Especially with the prequels, though. Like, there's some things that I can even make fun of, but I think I love making fun of them now. I can embrace...
Well, great things are produced. Great things came from them. I love the Duel of Fates fight.
Pixar.
Well, I mean, technologically speaking, yeah. I mean,
it's
just like that's all driven by entertainment and war.
Yeah.
So,
movie theaters. They think movie theaters are here because of the original trilogy.
I'm here to tell you we're all a bunch of monkeys and we need our entertainment. So if we're not throwing shit at each other,
no, well, then
we need our bananas.
I completely agree.
But anyway, the prequels, they gave us Darth Maul.
Yeah.
They gave us Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
And what else did they give us? Liam Neeson. That's it.
Liam Neeson. Oh, yeah, you're right. Anyways, guys, hey, thanks for watching our reaction. If you like us, you want to support us, like and subscribe, hit that notification, leave a comment down below, and also click that thanks button. That's a great way to support us. And that's it. Thank you, guys.